Hello YouTube, how's it going? So the day before has a new gameplay trailer. Now, the day before has been saturated with controversy. Force Gaming has been doing a pretty good job of documenting everything about this game. I became aware of it because it was the most wishlisted game on Steam, and judging from the gameplay trailer I reacted to, it made sense, but then people like myself who actually worked in the gaming industry, heck, you don't even need to work in the gaming industry. Like if you have somewhat of a good, decent track record when it comes to analyzing gameplay, you can pick out the issues about this game, especially if you're familiar with some of the most infamous vertical cuts, such as Aliens, Colonial Marines, and Anthem. A lot of people were picking this out and were like, there's something not wrong. There was something wrong about that trailer because it was marketed as a third-person survival zombie apocalypse MMO. The biggest tagline being the MMO part, which a lot of people were like, how is this an MMO? Because if you've played MMOs, I played World of Warcraft and Blessed Unleashed for a short time. World of Warcraft, I was addicted to that game. You know that the graphics aren't like up to a game like Cyberpunk 2077 or even Halo Infinite. That's because whatever happens in the game has to be basically registered by everyone within that server, and it's an extremely taxing process. That's why they mitigate the visual design in order to ensure anyone can play this game on the most weak hardware whatsoever. Like, you can literally play World of Warcraft on your phone if they decide to make that game mobile. And it's even more demanding for games like Battle Royales like Fortnite and Apex Legends and Warzone. Just because you're not seeing it, a person across the map could be looting an M60, and the game has to register that along with everything that's going on. So that's why a lot of people were like looking at this and saying there's something suspicious about it. And it didn't help that the company also has a lot of problems. For example, their last big marketing video was focused more on that video call app that turned out to be developed by Fantastic, the people who are behind this game. And yeah, that wasn't a good look at all. And on top of it, the latest issue is that they're going through a trademark dispute. Apparently, someone registered the day before. And look, patent trolls exist. They do. They register lots of different IPs. And then basically you have to pay them off, or you have to give them royalties unless you deliver a very convincing case about that patent is just being held by a patent troll. There's actually a really good video by John Oliver where he goes into depth about that. But anyone who knows anything about game development knows that companies, whether indie or AAA, always register their trademarks months, years in advance. It doesn't matter if you're in Korea, if you're in Africa, if you're in Japan. If you plan to release a game globally, you have to go through all the trademarks for each country you're going to release the game. It's just common sense. It's not only for games, but for any product you plan to release. So it was very suspicious with that, because I remember there was a game, I know I'm going a bit of a tangent here, but there was a game called Iron Maiden. It's now relabeled as Ion Fury. It's a terrific first-person retro game. I highly recommend it. I did get a review copy for that game. Absolute banger of a game if you're a fan of Quake, Duke Nukem, Doom, like the retro first-person shooter genre, which is getting a huge resurgence. I'm so glad for that. Play Dusk. Dusk is a good game. Yeah, they had a trademark issue where the game was called Iron Maiden, but then they had to go and change the game to Ion Fury because of, I forgot what the trademark issue was, but they had to change the name. In fact, they were going to present at Kinda Funny's indie game E3 event. They had an E3, they had a small hotel venue where they were hosting a bunch of indie games, Kinda Funny. I was invited to that. I went to it, and they couldn't literally put up the game at all because they were going through a trademark dispute. They had the booth and everything set up, but they couldn't be there because the game was coded, it had the name, it had everything. They had to literally redo everything. So I also find it suspicious here that they're still using the name the day before. And so either A, they're very confident that they're going to win this case because there is a chance for that, but B, and this is my argument, is that when you're in a lawsuit, no matter what it is whatsoever, from what I can tell, I'm not a lawyer, everyone always tells you don't talk about it, don't engage with it, always just like walk away from everything that regards that case because anything can be used against you. So the fact they're using the name is the first red flag right there. So I don't know why, because that was the primary reason they delayed the game. They said they delayed, it was supposed to release, I believe, in March or May, or I forgot, but it was supposed to release very soon, and now it's going all the way to November, which seems like a strange thing for a trademark thing. Again, not a lawyer, maybe that's normal. If you know, let me know. But yeah, let's watch this trailer and see if they can dismiss like all the people are saying like this is like not the game that they're going to deliver. We'll see. The day before the trademark. Okay, we're opening up towards a suburbs area, right? Starting with multiplayer. There's a character right there. You see, like a game that looks like this, that's been marketed as an MMO. That's what's a little suspicious about it. Like, not even. I don't think It's been a while since I played the Division 2. But it doesn't have the same level of fidelity as this. But then again, a lot has changed in the last 3 years. Like, it is possible for small studios to gain access to tech like this, but again, if Ubisoft can't pull something like this off, even though they're going through issues, I don't know, like a smaller, very small-scale studio pulling off something like this, but again, let's see if I'll eat my words. Seamless transition into a home. Really impressive lighting. I really hope this is not copyrighted music. Alright, so they got the PUBG DayZ interface going on here. You got weight and resources, different customization, like most of the stuff we already know about. Okay, so the mouse cursor is actually believable. Like I think it looks pretty realistic. Like the short movements and everything. I mean, right now they're just showing off the different customization parts that you get. But I'm noticing that the statistics on the weapon are not changing. Your dehydration meter is going down though. Okay, no, it's changing. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Wait, did he click tab? Let's go back to that. Did he click tab? Okay, he clicked close, but, you know, shortcut. Okay. At least the weapon has better recoil now. This is some insane draw distance. Look at those reflections and everything. Again, this is an MMO. That's what's really... How can you, like, do something like this with an MMO? Oh, I get it here. That's actually smart. The fact that you see the warn numbers on the keypad. Where'd he go this entire time? It's only looking at very specific areas within the game. I wonder why is that? Maybe it's just a nitpick for me. I mean, it looks cool, but we'll see. Alright, time to fight again, I guess. What is that, like 3 zombies? You could take them. No, it's about 4. Yeah, it's about 4. Wait, why wouldn't you take them? That would have been a great combat opportunity.
Outside, please find a shelter or another safe place. All citizens are strongly urged to remain calm. All citizens are advised not to leave their homes. Lock on.
The gun seems a little more realistic this time around. They show the entire food animation and everything. Wow, that's insane. I haven't seen any other players, though. So where are the other players? Like, so far we've only met this person who's been following us, but we haven't seen anyone else. Dude, that is insane. Look, particle, like the paper dancing in the wind and everything again. That's insane. Like, if this was a single player game, I would have been a little more believable, but we still haven't seen any other players. We haven't really, like, we've seen only, like, maybe 10 zombies. Dude, this game looks insanely good for, I don't know. Like, maybe we'll see some players at the end where they're going to showcase the whole dynamic interactions. That's weird. Like, the light looks a little off. Oh, the light is matching the character model, not the trigger. Okay. Wait, that's it? Wait a minute, why is the light like that?
The day before, November 10th, 2023.
Where are the other players? Is this back on Steam? It's not back on Steam, okay. So, how are they gonna wishlist this if it's still not on Steam? Let's look at some of the comments. Let's refresh this. It's also a meme. The game's whole budget went... I can't say that word, I think. If this game actually comes out, it's nothing short of a miracle. Let's look at modern day Division, like, gameplay. Because that's where the, let's see, filter, today. Let's do this. Let's look at my walkthrough. Here it is. So this is the Division 2. You see, it doesn't have the same polish as like what the day before. Like this is from Ubisoft. This, like, despite what Ubisoft is going through with their controversies, they're still a very, very large corporation. And this was in 3 years ago. I mean, look at this. Like it doesn't really compare to the visual design of this game. And you can see everything that's happening. Granted, there's a lot more action that's happening in this game, like particle effects, things being thrown, enemies fighting you, active combat, all of it. So it's different than what's happening here, but it just seems like the encounters in this are just so low. Like that's what I'm really like. You've only encountered like one, two, three packs of zombies, and one of them you completely avoided. Like again, if you were gonna show off the MMO aspects of it, you would probably want to show player interaction, like all of them coming together. Like it just seems very off. Did they upload anything in component? Oh, they have a short. Okay. They're showing that they're playing the game. Wait. Let's look at the mouse movement and the keyboard movement. Okay, one thing... Let's see. What is he shooting at? Wait, are those other players? I don't know what they were shooting at. Actually, that's a really good point. If you really want to prove this game is real, just do a live demo and do what chat tell you to do. That's actually a really valid point. Like, yeah, actually, stage shown. That would be the downside of recording longer than this. Showing more legitimate mouse movements, controls just proves everything is all there and live. Absurdly short, I can tell, but wonder why it would be. That's also another good point. This is a YouTube short. Why not just show live gameplay? Like, I remember when I saw Dying Light 2, like, they showed live gameplay because, when I was at the event, there was a player playing the game, and they wanted to show that this is the current build we have, and it is active. So, yeah, actually, that's a good point. If they really want to dismiss all claims whatsoever and shut everyone up, including people like me, make a live demo. there you go. Like, show a player actually playing the game, and there you go. It does seem a little suspicious that they just did a and again, with the trademark issue, how can you still use the name? So there's a lot of things that, I mean, the trailer is fine. I'm not picking out anything like truly like monumentally devastating like the first trailer, but the biggest issue has to be the lack of player interaction. And I mean, again, they could have showed like the camera of the person playing this right here or something, but yeah, I'm not convinced. I mean, if the game, like, here's the thing, this is a rule I do have for any video game release. Until the game goes public and is actually available, everything is up in the air. And I mean, every single thing. I think a lot of people now believe that after Cyberpunk 2077 released and Anthem. Like, after those two games released, I think that's when people suddenly woke up that, hey, until the game is in our hands, everything should be just take it with a grain of salt. But with this title, I'm still not convinced, because again, when you look at this, like stuff like this that's happening, and you compare like this right here and all of this, and you compare it to like what a company like Ubisoft does, like with stuff like this, it's just like, I don't know how I feel about it. Yes, again, like this has a lot more going on in terms of like action, gameplay, and combat. I mean, look at the hair right now. When you look at this game is still insanely fun, but when you look at all of this that's happening compared to this, it just, I don't know, it seems a little sus that a small company can try and execute what Ubisoft has done with their massive game. Also, I'm starting, like, maybe it's just me, but I feel like that, this is a nitpick, but look at the flare on the gun. It's like little explosions, like people are throwing mini nukes in front of the gun. But yeah, I'm not convinced. Until the game is out, like on November 10th, I am not going to like say this game is real or fake. But it definitely has some red flags there. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. Goodbye.